Hello. We're in a different setting. I don't know if you've ever seen this corner of my room before, but I hung the sheet up on my bookshelves, so you can't see any of my super cool niche reads, but know that they're back there. Um, Today, I don't know how wrinkled this is, and I don't know how well you can see. Let me see if I can. Okay, that should be better. Little ASMR for you there. So the subject today is the downfall of Timothee Chalamet. Um, I know that I'm really, really late to this. Like really, really late to this. Because this kind of happened all in like early 2026, and it is mid June right now. But I don't know. I was talking about people I didn't like earlier today, and this one kind of hit me, so I decided to do this. So title of the presentation: The Downfall of Little Timmy Tim. If you don't get that reference, you soon will. Okay. So this is actually something I'm really proud of. I worked really hard on this, so I'm gonna let you appreciate that for a moment. Okay. Ugh. I just wanted to take a sip of my coffee and it tastes kind of crazy. Anyway, I had to figure out how to put a transparent PNG GIF on Google Slides. Very difficult for me. I've never had to do that before. Because typically my projects are for school and I don't really play about that like I do this. So he's just getting tomatoed here because this is a recent-ish picture of Timothée Chalamet, and well, these problems have they're more recent occurrences. Okay. So here's where we start off. Modded controller 360. This was his YouTube persona. As you can see, sorry, my big self in the way. This is an actual screen capture from his YouTube channel. That's what it was, where he customized, Xbox controllers, as it says right there. He customized Xbox controllers and sold them for about $10 a piece in this economy. But it was in 2010, so it was in that economy, Obama administration. God bless. He was about 15. Just a way to make money. However, his parents did end up getting sick of it and making him stop doing this because the fumes were getting to them. So, just FYI. That's kind of where he got his roots in influencing. Next up. Now, if you know anything about this man, it's likely you've seen this. I can't take the mic away from my mouth. It's likely you've seen this picture. It's a video of him rapping about statistics. I believe it was for extra credit in a statistics class. I don't know. And I didn't really care to look it up. Most of this information I got off Wikipedia, to be real honest with you. I don't really care that much. However, I was bored, so. Obviously, these things resurface as people get more popular and stuff, so this kind of resurfaced, within the last 7 years, which is kind of when he got popular. I'm looking at the text on this, and I really hope I don't do schoolwork like this because it looks like I'm texting a close friend of mine. Like, it says right here, hang on, IGIDRC. I guess I don't really care. Okay. Okay, so this is the rise to fame. He made his film debut in a movie called Men, Women, and Children. Later, he was in Christopher Nolan's Interstellar, which, can I say something? That movie is mad overrated. I don't know why you guys hype it up so much. The best part of that movie is Anne Hathaway. Again, I don't remember typing this. Please don't kill me for that. I do stand by that, though. I was right. The best part of the movie is Anne Hathaway. It's not a bad movie. It's not that good. And I feel like I say that about everything. By the way, I watched the Backrooms movie. I'm still having nightmares about Captain Clark. Like, that was really scary. And, because it's that kind of, like, it's eerie. It's not, like, outright scary. It's just kind of eerie. That's what gets me. And that's what's always gotten me. So, it was a good movie, though. I liked it. Anyway, the rise to fame. This was shocking to me, that his, like, big debut was in Interstellar. Obviously, first he was in Men, Women, and Children, but his big debut was Interstellar, where he played a role that, like, wasn't important at all. For some reason, Cooper doesn't care about his son at all, just his daughter. Okay, next. Okay, this page is titled Twin This Is Peak. I'm really into Twin Peaks right now. I'm watching it. It's really good. I'm watching it with my family and they keep going, "What? Why is there a horse?" I don't know. I didn't make it. Okay. Only David Lynch knows that, and I'm not even sure he knew that. So he just kind of does whatever he's told, right? Okay, so this says Timothy had an era between 2019 and about 2023 where he was in his prime. Little Women, Beautiful Boy, and Call Me By Your Name were sort of his forte. As I've seen all of these, he's obviously very talented in acting. Now, while I can forgive Wonka, that was sort of a genuinely bad movie. I don't say that often because art is subjective. But Wonka sucked. Anyway, Little Women is peak. Timothy, Florence, and Saoirse Ronan all goated, and do not make a man the point of a beloved story called Little Women. Went on a rant there because I was really mad when who was it? Ryan Gosling won like an Oscar for Barbie or something. What? That's stupid. My mug is slipping out of my hand. Yeah, this was his peak era. I mean, Little Women is one of my favorite movies. I think it's in my letterbox four favorites. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at that later. I know Independence Day is because that is the best movie ever, obviously. But yeah, it's no use, Joe. Joe, we gotta have it out. I've loved you ever since I've known you, Joe. I couldn't help it. And I tried to show and you wouldn't let me, which is fine, but I must make you hear now and give me an answer because I cannot go on like this any longer. I gave it Bill years ago that you didn't like. I'm happy I did. It's fine, and I waited, and I never complained because I figured you'd love me, Joe. Okay. Okay. Well, let's not make a movie called. Hey, I'm gonna say it again. Let's not make a movie called Little Women, a story called Little Women about Lori, the male in the story. We can't let them win. That's not okay. Next. Okay. This is the niche page. All right. I'm going to stand over here cuz I'm a little ashamed of this. It says an area I am way too familiar with. Timothy fell victim to a subdivision of the Harry Potter fandom. Fan casted as Regulus Black, Sirius' younger brother, whose whole entire arc is that he dies. That's kind of it in the canon, at least. Fans went crazy for the stupid Dune interview where he wore the Slytherin sweater. Like, calm down, guys. It's not like Harry Potter is one of the most successful franchises ever. Boo J.K. Rowling, though. #ally. Here is that interview. Zendaya pointing at his Slytherin sweater. Yeah. Again, #ally. Boo J.K. Rowling, I don't know why he would want to promote her work, especially when this came out. That's kind of when the heat of the whole issue was going on, so I don't know why he would want to promote that. But we'll get into his problematic stuff here in just a minute. Yeah, this is, again, an area I'm way too familiar with. I wish I didn't know as much as I did about this. Unfortunately, 8th grade hit hard. Okay. The beginning of the end. Let me step over here. Dune was really the last good thing he did, in my opinion. I have watched the first Dune movie like 6 times. I can't follow the plot, but I don't know, he looks good in it. Dune was really the last good thing he did. A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan biopic. Pretty good. I really like Bob Dylan, so yeah. He was a good casting for the GOAT. I think he does resemble him quite a bit. And he actually can mimic his singing voice, which is hard because Bob Dylan isn't really. He has a distinct voice, let's put it that way. This says he started dating Kylie Jenner, which kind of threw fans off. His fans kind of took that to heart because for some reason he has particularly parasocial fans. I don't know why. You guys, I remember when those pictures of him and Timothée Chalamet or him and Kylie Jenner came out when they were at like a tennis thing or something. I don't know. I was in school. It was like the second plane hit the second tower. It was insane. There was a sudden quiet, a disturbance in the force. And, like, I don't even know. But some of you guys need to calm down about this. You don't know him personally. You need to back off. However, I can't remember if we get into this in a minute. The Marty Supreme press tour, that was crazy. The Marty Supreme press tour kind of finalized in most people's minds that he had gone off the rails. It's like, I don't know. It was kind of serving, when Kanye started going off the rails. Is he bipolar? I can't remember. But when Kanye started losing his mind, that's kind of what the Marty Supreme press tour was serving. This thing right here, when he would go, Marty Supreme, Christmas Day, Marty Supreme, Christmas Day.
That comes out on Christmas Day, 2025.
His ego inflated way too far. I haven't seen Marty Supreme. I have no interest in it. However, like I said here, Marty Supreme press tour kind of served Kanye getting Twitter access, only less problematic. Obviously, Timothee Chalamet isn't a Nazi, I don't think. I guess that's not obvious anymore. But, less problematic than Kanye, still just as off the rails and weird as Kanye's coming out as problematic was. Okay. This is... Okay. Okay. Wait, he hates performing arts. So, Timothee decided he needed to make a comment about ballet being an outdated art, and you can actually see Matthew McConaughey urging him with his eyes to please stop. I also think opera was involved in that statement, and trust we heard him sing in Wonka. He doesn't need to be making any accusations regarding that talent. So, bear with me for a moment. Oh, my hand's cramping. Okay, let's see if we can get this to play. Okay, I can't remember where the last video cut off, but I completely forgot I'm speaking into a mic and you can't hear the video. Just 1 second.
I admire people, and I've done it myself. People want to talk to me about, hey, we got to keep this alive. We got to keep this genre alive. Another part of me feels like
I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this idea. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I just lost 14 cents in viewership, but damn, I just took shots for no reason.
I just lost 14 cents in viewership, but I just took shots for no reason. That's no shot. I hear what you're saying. Yeah. So.
Okay, I watched that back and you can't really hear it, but you get the point. And I'm pretty sure you've seen that video before because everyone's seen that video before. Yeah. So he's gone off the rails. And I mean, he was really dragging that joke. Like, you can see in that clip, go watch it on your own if you didn't hear it that time. You can see Matthew McConaughey, like, looking at him like, you don't want to do this, man. And then he goes, I just lost 14 cents in viewership. Are you serious? You just insulted a community that has been around for longer than you have been and longer than you will ever be, has had more effect on anything than you ever will. And then he mocked opera, singing like he tried to do it himself. I don't know. I'm not involved in opera or ballet. However, what? Just because, okay, he does have a history with stage acting, I think. But just because you broke out of that, not that that's something you should break out of. That's as much of an art form as screen acting, whatever. Just because you made it to the big screen rather than the stage doesn't mean you get to insult the people who are doing what they love on the stage, which is profoundly, I wouldn't say more impactful, but it's just as impactful as something you would see in a movie theater. I have never left a movie that Timothee Chalamet's in the movie theater feeling my life changed. To be frank with you, the only thing I've seen him in the movie theater was Wonka, and that was a crime against humanity, in my opinion. Hugh Grant in that was good, though. I liked Hugh Grant in that Heretic movie with Sophie Thatcher. That was a really good movie. I think very eye-opening. Yeah, no. Boo. This was the big offense that kind of got people on the hate train. I've been on the hate train. I never got the twinkish appeal, but whatever. Okay, I think this is the last slide. Let's see what it says. I'm high-key late to the party, but I decided I hate him a lot this morning because I love Little Women and his presence really irritates me. The pipeline from French twink who everyone thinks is elegant and smooth to the trash you can't decide if he's Adam Sandler, in parentheses, Adam Sandler is not trashy though, or Kanye West, high-key self-centered brat who thinks he got all the praise when he was younger, he can get away with genuinely turning evil. And then, as you can see up here, shout out Cruz for telling me to put that in there. That was a good idea. Yeah, he just thinks he's all that, and he's really not. I understand when he was younger, he got lots of attention. Let's, hang on just a sec. While I wrap up my thoughts, let's just linger here for a minute. Hey. Just because he got really popular in 2019 when Call Me By Your Name came out and that stupid Elio dancing scene, you know the one I'm talking about, like the original edit on TikTok. Just because he got big when that happened doesn't mean he can dog on everyone else and every other art form out there. Now that he's made it big and is in movies like Dune, and is he even in anything else these days? Like any blockbusters? He hasn't hit the MCU yet. Mr. President, a second twink has hit the MCU. I don't know who the first twink was. I'm trying to think. No, I don't know. I can't think of anyone. I'm not really into the MCU anymore. I used to be really into it. However, after WandaVision, I kind of left. Because, I mean, Wanda was kind of the only character I cared about. I mean, I liked Spider-Man, but obviously at the end of the last movie, we all know what happened, right? We all remember. Who's excited for Doomsday, though? It's completely unrelated. This video is about Timothee Chalamet. Anyway. Yeah, I can't stand him. Just look at his face. Let's take a minute together to just look at his face.
The Dark Lord, I know I will be dead long before you read this, but I want you to know.
It's just really irritating. And I used to like him. Obviously, I had that slide about Regulus Black. That's fine, whatever. I don't really care anymore. But other than that, I mean, Lori and Little Women was fine. Beautiful Boy was a very moving movie. Hey, what? It was very moving. It was very sad, obviously. But that happens to people in real life. So, and that actually, I was talking to one of my friends when I watched it, and I was like, oh, it's just so sad. I feel like it doesn't need to be this sad. And she was like, yeah, but this happens to real people. And I was like, oh, shoot, you're right. Oh, shoot. I'm sure this made someone feel incredibly seen, and I'm over here going, geez, this is depressing. Someone had to live that. Anyway, that's the only time I've ever seen Steve Carell be serious mode. And I mean, I've only really seen him in, like, The Office and, is that him in Get Smart? Get Smart is good. Anyway, to sum it up, Timothee Chalamet, just remember, if you think the hate wave is over, I'm still here. I don't actually hate him. I just think he's made some poor choices. Also, no hate to Kylie Jenner. I'm sure she's still a wonderful person. I'm saying other people took it personal when they started dating and were parasocial and were, like, freaking out because he had a girlfriend now. Look, I know it seems impossible for a twink to get a girlfriend, but it's not. It's not. I see it happen daily. Anyway, count how many times I say in 30 seconds. I dare you. Rewatch this video and count how many times I say So, yeah, Timothee Chalamet, come on, man, do better. You can do better. I know you can.